So you've got the United States right now doing all the dirty little nasty things that the communists used to do. So there's no difference between them. And now, even to the degree that they're forcibly, with guns, forcing different countries to take a leader that they don't want. What kind of country is the States become?
Well, they feel they're doing it for the greater good.
Yeah, but you know, what's the greater good? The greater good is to enforce your values on other people? No, no, no. The greater good is to give the people the freedom to choose their own values. They might be wrong and make mistakes, but it's their right to be able to make those mistakes without having to be forced at a gun to do it the other. I don't think the American way of life is right at all. I think it's doomed. But they think it's right, but they still have no right to enforce it on other countries.
What do you mean by the American way of life?
This whole social economic system where money is God has completely... I've been fortunate. I've been alive long enough to see how the change in civilization has gone on in my lifetime. When I was a kid, we didn't even own a key to our house. We never locked our door. Now you can't even, with your door locked, someone's going to break in and kill you. You know, like, that's just one of the symptoms of the whole degeneration of our society. And we have never learned from history. Every major power that has ever existed in the world has done the same thing. They got decadent and they collapsed. Right from the Roman Empire, the Greeks, they all did.
Yeah.
And now we're doing it.
Yep.
It'd probably be the Chinese people. Chinese next will be the big power.
Yep, that's what everyone's saying.
Yeah. And more power to them, you know, because I'll tell you, we don't deserve it. You know, we have the ability right now to eliminate hunger in the world. We have the ability right now to provide free education to every single human being in the world without it hurting anybody. I mean, who needs $100 billion in their bank account? Like Bill Gates. I'm not sure that that's the right number, but it's got to be somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
I mean, like, who needs it? I mean, there's something wrong with the system that allows anybody to accumulate that much wealth, because that much wealth, there's only so much, and when one guy's got all that much, that means there's a whole lot of guys that don't have any.
Yeah. How do you think the system can fix that, or how can you prevent someone from getting so much money?
Well, as I say, our structure is really
So you
flawed.
think you should just start
Our
it from
structure is
scratch?
really flawed. The only way that we could do it within this system would be a complete change of tax rules. But that wouldn't happen. Because, first of all, the politicians that make the rules are owned by the guys that are protecting their money. So even if if the politicians manage to change the tax rules, they change them so that they became the next bosses. And then we still have the same problem. It's human nature. It's human nature. And I guess that's maybe the good thing is that civilizations do develop and then decline, because human nature stays the same. It hasn't changed. Human nature is based on greed and barbarism.
Do you think Canada is comparable to America?
Canada goes where the States tells it to go, basically. I mean, we can put up a little smoke screen and go, oh yeah, we won't do that. But when the bottom line comes out, if the States want us to do something, we do it.
Yeah.
You know, let's face it, our whole economy is dependent on them. You know, like, if the States decide they want to close their door, we're all going to be out in the street. Forget about just a few thousand. Everybody will.
Yeah. You mind if we kind of focus in more on
By all means.
your experiences and things
Yeah.
like that? Awesome. Okay, so I've read your bio, but just for recording purposes,
Boy.
you can just tell me a little bit how you got homeless. Like how
Right.
did the progress? How did that happen?
Well, it all started with the fact that I was a very dissatisfied and unhappy millionaire. So I'm out playing around and basically seeking for something that I didn't know what I was looking for, but I knew I wasn't happy. And I got involved with doing drugs. Now, I've done drugs before, but I never did highly addictive drugs like crack. But when I started doing crack, we didn't really know how dangerous it was. See, government said it's dangerous.
Yeah.
But government also said you're going to get addicted to marijuana and don't use it. Okay, like in my lifetime, I've seen all the lies the government does. So I was like, who believes the government? Anybody that believes the government is a fool. So I didn't believe the government. But in this case, they weren't lying. It was bad.
Yeah. It's like, then you were right.
Yeah. For a change.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, when you pick a time to be right, it's something that I don't believe in because there's been so many lies.
Yeah.
So anyhow, I became addicted, and that just began a downward spiral. First came a bankruptcy because I was spending $1,000 a day on drugs, partying with my friends, and
What year was this?
87 most likely. I'm very bad with years. Okay, I've never been. Like timelines. I can say it happened in this order, but I can't say it happened specifically
the 80s,
at this.
late 80s you got involved in it?
It's 87, somewhere in there, was around it. Anyhow, once I was an addict, not only was I spending huge amounts of money, I'm talking over $250,000 in the first year.
Wow.
I wasn't making money because I was all the time high.
Yeah.
So I wasn't taking care of business. So from both ends, I destroyed my economics to the point where a bankruptcy came on. After the bankruptcy, I went from being a millionaire overnight to welfare.
How long did that process take? Like from the point that you started?
From the
using
first time I
drugs?
ever used crack till the time I was bankrupt was about 1.5 years.